Hi everyone, this is Yoshi Player here. As you know me, I'm a regular member of Talking Loud, and I have my own YouTube channel called Yoshi Player, obviously. I have a bunch of channels actually. So I'm here to make this update video to tell you guys about the future of this channel, what's gonna happen with us talking about the Loud House. Basically the future of Talking Loud, or whatever you want to call it. So you probably saw that we posted 2 other podcasts today. Episode 13 and 14, we talked about some more episodes. We basically just decided to upload 2 episodes just to make up for the long hiatus that we've been gone. But yeah, those episodes are up, and we have 2 other podcasts. I think it's 2 other podcasts coming out soon. But other than that, I have to break this news right here, right now. Once those episodes are out, well, actually, episode 14 is technically the last one. But after that, we are done with Talking Loud. We're not going to be talking about the Loud House anymore. We're done with the show. If you saw my status update a few months ago on my DeviantArt, then you know that I mentioned that all of us were getting sick of Loud House. Actually, as a matter of fact, if you guys want to know why Vossi, the Anglifier gamer, wasn't a part of our recent episode, it's because he's quit as well. Like, he didn't want to talk about the show anymore. And we've all gotten up to that point. We've actually slowly been starting to consider this ever since, what was it, the middle of Season 3? I think it was after Frenzy came out, where we slowly started to think about whether or not we should stop talking about Loud House or we should keep going. But after all the episodes we've gone through, we are pretty much done. Episode 14 is actually the last recorded episode we've done, but the other ones that are coming out we've already done before. So episode 14 is essentially the last one, technically, even though we recorded it last, but it's also like not the final episode we're going to be releasing. If you're wondering if we were ever going to do a top 5 and bottom 5 for season 3, we were supposed to do that, but the actual recording we did had so many audio errors, like graphical distorting background noise, and we decided to just not go through with it. Maybe someday we'll post our top 5, bottom 5 in the description below, and I'll probably do the same thing when I talk about season 3 on my YouTube channel. Yes, I'm still working on that, my every episode of season 3 video. I'm working on it at the moment. Give it some time, it will come out hopefully soon. But yeah, other than that, we're pretty much done with Talking Loud. But before you jump to any conclusions, I also have some good news to tell you. Even though we're done with talking about the Loud House, we're not actually done with this channel. Because after this video, we're changing the name of this channel from Talking Loud to Podcast Pals. That was a name I came up with. Podcast Pals is the brand new name for this channel, because we're going to be having a bunch of podcasts, not just Talking Loud, which will still be on here, don't worry, but we're also going to be doing some new podcasts as well. Me and the guys have already been thinking about doing another main podcast, just kind of talking about random stuff. Hopefully someday we talk about another cartoon. I've really been getting into shows like Hilda and OKKO, so who knows, maybe we'll do podcasts on those, you never know. There's always a bunch of new cartoons out that we always like to talk about. And speaking of cartoons, that's another podcast that I'm planning right now for the channel, and I'm going to be joined by my 2 best friends named Cleverix and Nick Figures. You probably might know who they are, but if you don't, they are frequently seen on my channel. They have their own YouTube channels. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend you do so. They are some of the best people I've ever met. We're all animation fanatics, so we're doing our own podcast on this channel called Animates. That was the name that Cleve came up with. This is a show where we're just going to be talking about all sorts of animation stuff, like talk about our recent thoughts on new movies that have come out, or just kind of have fun discussions. We've also got our own theme song. I cannot wait for you guys to hear it. It's going to be a hilarious theme song. Short and simple, but it's funny. So yeah, expect that to be out hopefully soon. We're still trying to make sure everything is good to go. And 2 other members on this channel are TheCartoonOG and Muppet Spot are also planning another podcast called The Podcast Connection. It's a Muppet-related podcast. It's going to be about, I'm guessing, everything related to Jim Henson, like the Muppets, Sesame Street. I could be wrong. But that'll come. I don't know when that's going to come. I know nothing about it. So yeah, those are just a few glimpses of some podcasts that we have planned for this channel. I think we have a music podcast as well, but we don't know what that's going to be called yet. So yeah, this channel is basically going to be a whole bunch of podcasts, not just Talking Loud, but other podcasts that we're going to have a lot of fun talking about, because honestly, there's no fun just talking about one cartoon that's just gotten worse as time goes on. Again, I know some people will probably be disappointed by this news that we're not going to talk about the Loud House anymore, but we're just done with the show. We've given it a lot of chances this season, but just from the episodes we've watched, it doesn't seem like it's going to get any better. It's just getting worse and worse. It's not the same show to us anymore. And combined with the toxic fandom, which I won't go too much into detail, but this fandom's very toxic. Like, I've seen a lot of people leaving the fandom because of how bad it is. Not to say the fandom does not have good people, because honestly, if there's one thing we're all thankful for this show, is that it's brought a lot of us together, and it's also thanks to that I've met a bunch of really awesome people. It's how I met the TheCartoonOG, it's how I met Muppet Spot, it's how I met Vossi, and it also helped me introduce myself to other really awesome people like Animation Fan and Loud Cartoonist. I still call him Digi, actually. A bunch of awesome people that I've met in this fandom, so I have to thank the show for that. It's just a shame that the show has gotten a lot worse. Sorry, but that's just how I see it. But who knows? People are allowed to have disagreements. People are allowed to see things differently. We just hope you guys can respect our decision to move on from the show. But hopefully you guys are still looking forward to the podcasts that we have planned. I'm really excited to do Animates, honestly. I think it's going to be a very fun podcast. And what else we've got planned in the future. So, hope you guys can wish us luck for this channel. And we'll still be doing our own content on our own channels. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like. Be sure to subscribe to this channel. And until next time, keep on playing.